Great. Freezing rain. Oh yeah, this is a sheet of ice. I'm just gonna skate. Whoa, okay. Skate to my car. I really hope that the roads are better than the parking lot. Good morning. It is Sunday, February 10th. I got up this morning thinking, yeah, I want to get to the prayer group at church. Because I do. I'd like to go. I've enjoyed it the last couple of weeks. So I get dressed, I get ready, and just before walking out the door, as I often do, I pull out my phone to look at like what the weather's like. So that like if it's really cold, I don't like walk out and have it shock me. I'm like prepared. I'm like, okay, it's just like a couple degrees below freezing. And what does that say? Freezing rain. Huh. So I slide my way across the parking lot, get in my car, and carefully back out. Okay, tires are good, able to get traction. Realize my windshield is freezing up. Pull over to heat that up for like a minute until it is fine, and I'm on my way. But there is definitely ice on the roads. So I'm driving to church, nearly there, and I hear my phone go dry, and so I'm like, oh, it's okay. I'm driving, but let me check that. As I'm driving through on the frozen roads here, and yeah, it's exactly as I feared. It was like, your mom wanted me to make sure you knew that the meeting was canceled today at church. I was like, found a neighborhood, pulled over, just like the prayer meeting or the church service as well, because I'm like, I'm close enough, like I'll just sit in the lot for an hour and a half or something if we're still having service, rather than re-drive the frozen roads. It's like everything. I'm like, all right then. So turned around and headed home. Come on, I mean, yeah, the roads are kind of coated in ice, but it's not that bad. I was able to make it. Oh well, I'm home now. And I did send out a message to Dustin. They wanted to do gaming stuff today. We were supposed to we had plans with some folks that visited the church a couple weeks ago. Who hadn't been to the church since it was like literally like the building had a different church in it last time they were there. It's been years ago. So we sort of reconnected with them, getting to know them again, getting to know their daughter, who was just a wee baby last time they were at the church. Getting to know them. It was fun, but we were supposed to have plans for lunch today. Obviously, all of that's falling through, so I was looking forward to it, but oh well. We'll see if maybe the guys are able to game at least. And I'm sitting around and I'm like, no one's even up. Oh yeah. It's like a normal time for me to wake up, but being up this early, it's like none of my friends are up, so I don't even get to know if we're going to be able to game or not. Anyways, I'm like, well, what do I do with my time now that I'm just sitting around at home? One of the things I've been thinking about for a little bit, and I was like, let's go ahead and start with it, is I've been piling up loot crates here. Now, so these are the, since moving in here, the Wizarding World and Fallout crates have just been being piled up here. And they're starting to get like quite a high stack, and I mean, a number of the boxes aren't full. Like some of the stuff gets put over here and are on shelves or such. Other boxes, I'm sure have things that I could put somewhere else if I just look at it and I was like, oh, why didn't I put that up or whatever. I'm sure some of them have like garbage, like the wrapping, like the packages that things were in still just in them. A lot of them still have pins. I have my pin banner here on the wall, and I haven't really been putting the pins on it. I just throw them back in the box. All that combined, and I'm like, you know what I want to do? I am going to open up all these boxes and see and basically try and pare them down. Now I'm going to put light stuff in light boxes. So I'm going to keep some Wizarding World boxes and Fallout boxes. I'm just going to try and reduce the number of them. So I figure I'll work on that. And to start, I have 7 of each type of box. So I'm going from 7 Fallout boxes and 7 Wizarding World boxes, and we'll see how few I can pare that down to. Also, when I remove them, I'm like, oh, and I can use this time to dust as well because, ew. I'm pretty optimistic this is going to be very successful. So right now I've only done the Fallout crates. I hung the Tunnel Snake hoodie up in the closet. The mug and the, like a magnetic bottle opener. I'm going to put those in the kitchen, mug in the cabinet, and then bottle opener. I'm like, this has a magnet, let's put it on the fridge. I actually decided to keep all of the boxes for the collectible figures in case I want to put them back in boxes. I have all of my pop figures, or most of my pop figures in boxes currently. I don't like that. I'd like them out, but I need... I know I've been here more than a year, but I'm basically still moving in. It's like, I need, you know, sub-shelves and other things. It's just like, it was easier to put them up that way. So that's how they currently are. But, like, when I moved them, I was glad I had the boxes and such. So I decided to keep the boxes. And the only stuff I'm really throwing away is that little pile right there. And I cut 7 boxes down to 2. 5 of them can go away. So I'm like, okay, that was very successful. I was able just to reorganize and, you know, basically Tetris skill things in there, get them closed, and I'm like, all right, we're good. Yeah, greatly reduced that. And they're doing the same thing with the stack of Wizarding World crates. And I did the same thing with the Wizarding crates. Got a small little pile of garbage. Put everything into 2 boxes. 5 I can get rid of. Which actually, there's actually even a little space left in one of those boxes, so, you know, even easier. Although I didn't have like a collector series that I was keeping boxes for. So now I have like 10 extra Loot Crate boxes, and what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to probably take this big stack here and choose more of those to get rid of, because those are uglier boxes. But yeah, I'm going to tidy that stack up now. And I did hear from Dustin, he ended up with other plans, so not available to game. Makes sense. He'd asked like at the beginning of the week, and I wasn't available at that point. But due to church and therefore plans after church being canceled, I became available and figured I'd check. Didn't work out. Oh well. Yeah, let's much tidier. Only 4 boxes up there right now. Almost all the stuff. A few things got put other places. But yeah. Oh, and I got all the pins out. So, a bunch of pins to put up on the thing. And I have a stack of Loot Crate boxes there now that's much smaller than it was before. I could try and fit more in, but instead I have this big stack here. I'm just going to break them down and they're going to be garbage. I've been here more than a year. I've needed a few Loot Crate boxes here and there just to store stuff in, and that's why I've been keeping them. But I'm going to get rid of a whole bunch of these because at this point they're taking up space. So I'll keep that small stack in case I end up needing more as I organize some other things, but whatever. 17 of them sitting on the floor here, whatever, I'm just going to break down and get rid of. No need. So I got all the boxes broken down. Gee, they take up a lot less space. And then I came out here to work on the pin banner. Moved a bunch of the random pins down to the bottom, fitting things in better around the Disney pins. I'm going to still move I'm thinking maybe move some of the Harry Potter pins that are on here down towards this section. Put like Fallout pins and then Harry Potter pins more towards the center. And I'm pretty sure they'll all fit. Though at some point I'm going to run out of space, and I've already made the decision. Like all these orange bordered old Loot Crate pins go. A lot of the loot crate pins that are things I don't care about will go. At some point I'll end up just finding like a box, putting all these spare pins in there, and only putting ones I care about on here. But for now, I think they'll all fit, and it'll just be like completely full. Like that. And I got a little space between the all the Harry Potter pins and the Fallout pins to add some more. But yeah, definitely more pins on the mat now. It's something that's so very little, like has such a very small effect on things overall, because it's like just over off in the corner. In my mom's basement, it was actually like a side thing. Like you saw it like every episode. It would be like if I had to put it on the back of the door, is like kind of how it used to be with where it was put. But it's just sort of off to the side. But I see it still, and I mean, it's like, I suppose the way to put it is, I wouldn't have had the banner made for that position. But having it, it works well there. But I just don't put the pins up as like readily. Especially because I had to move so many around in order to make space for more pins. But perhaps the next few, at least, that are easy to put up will get put up right away. And then I'm sure eventually I'll get back into the same habit of just leaving them sitting around. But yeah, so that's sort of... You know, I cleaned some things up in the other room yesterday. I tidied up some stuff around here today. It's nice. It's nice getting some things done around the house. So many weekends I do spend focused on all of the YouTube stuff I gotta do because I want to, but it's like at some point I need to also focus around the area I live. And it's about 1. So, yeah, have just about gotten home, depending on where we went out to eat and with who. If the plans to go out with friends afterwards, we'd still be out, but just with family might be around this time that I'd normally be getting home, and managed to accomplish, I guess, quite a bit for the morning. However, I haven't accomplished eating. I'm gonna figure out something simple I can make to get some food in me. And trying to figure out food, I realized the hamburger I'd been defrosting is defrosted. I was planning on doing that for dinner, and then, of course, having some left over for lunch for probably the next couple of days. I think I'm probably going to try and pack up a couple days worth of lunch before I have however much I'm going to have for me. Making hamburger helper. The chili macaroni, which was alright, but it expired almost a month ago. So I'm going to make sure I get to that now. And then I'll need to buy some new ones because that's the last of the hamburger helper I have. But yeah, so I'll have that now and then figure something else out for dinner, because that way it's always kind of an ordeal making hamburger helper. It's you got to brown hamburger and drain it and etc. Let's get that out of the way. And there we go. So I had a couple small bowls for lunch. And I was able to pack up lunch for 2 days. So, got that done.
And the miles back home to you on that highway 20 ride, and knowing that he'll hate you when he finds out what you did. Like a river flows surely to the sea. They say the fool's rushing, but I wanna be foolish with you. Wonder how I got along. Goodbye, Papa, it's hard to die.
And sat and listened to music for a bit. Whatever. Get my head in a point where I can move forward. Just thinking and overthinking, etc., etc. Following that, friends were on Discord, talked to them for an hour or whatever. Starting to get to the point where I need to figure out dinner. And I think what I want to do for dinner is I'm just going to make myself a frozen pizza. But not one of these Aldi pizzas, because my mom bought me these pizzas, this 4-pack, last week. I've had a couple of them, and they're good. She was at Costco, and she's like, "You want 4 pepperoni pizzas?" And I'm like, you're buying me 4 pizzas, I mean, I'm not going to turn down free meals. And you see here, each of these, like, pepperoni here, there's, like, 2. Like, basically, so I spread it out more, but, like, there is a lot of pepperoni on there. It's full of toppings. The sauce is great. It calls it thin crust, and not exactly, like, thin, but it's like it's the thin crust sort of texture. It's, like, flaky. It's a little thicker than a normal thin crust, but it's a very flaky crust. It's been quite good. So, I figure I'll have another one of those as dinner tonight. And there we go. Delicious pizza. It's moderately thin, but yeah. They say the fool's rushing, but I wanna be foolish with you. Foolish with you. Spotify is good at recommending things. It's all like, hey, Meghan Trainor's got new music, you might like it. And I'm like, we'll see. And I'm like, you're right. It's starting to know me. I keep putting more information of what I like in there, and it's starting to get it. Otherwise, this has got like an hour and a half before I've got to be in bed, but I figure I'll lay down, watch some YouTube, relax. I do have to go back to work tomorrow. Ugh, the weekend's over. But still, gotten a bit done today. Thank you for joining me. Join me as my journey continues.